Hey there. So today we're going to finish up the second part of 6-8. So we're on page 24. Last class, if you remember, I showed you how you can come up with the equation between 2 points algebraically. So you take the 2 points, you find the slope using y minus y over x minus x. And once you have the slope, you take that and one of your points and plug it into y equals mx plus b for these three variables, and then you solve to find b, which is your y-intercept. So we did some practice with that. The graphing calculator is the third method, and this works every single time. I prefer this method to the other two. Now, it might seem kind of strange at first because, well, one, you're not used to using the graphing calculator in this way. But once you know the steps, this will help you not only this chapter, but when we get to statistics. So basically, I want to figure out the equation that contains the points 0, 4, and 2, 3. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to make a table with the 2 points. So I'm going to quickly make my table, x, y. So it's 0, 4 is the first point, and 2, 3 is my second. Once you've done that, you're ready to let the calculator do the work. So what I have here are the buttons that we're going to hit, some things that we're going to see in the calculator, and we'll just try some examples. So it's just like what we did up here, minus all this work. And again, I like this the best because you always have the use of the graphing calculator, and it works every time. All right, so the first thing that we're going to hit is stat and then enter. So grab your calculator. Don't just rely on me showing you, because if you're not trying it along with me, it's not going to, most likely not going to stick. But you do have these notes, you can use them to help you. So stat is a new button, that's right here. 2 over from the green button, so you hit stat. And then enter, we're going to edit our list. And you should see these pop up. All right, if you don't, what I want you to do is I want you to reset your calculator. And I'm actually going to have you write down the steps for that at the top of your paper, because it is helpful to know how to do that. So if at any point your calculator's acting funny, you can reset it. So to reset, you're going to hit second plus 7, 1, 2. All right, so if you want to reset your calculator, second plus 7, 1, 2. So let's see. Second plus, which is clearing the memory. We're going to choose 7, which is reset. 1, 2. All right, so that way, if for some reason your list got deleted in stat, it won't cause you any trouble. You've got it all back. So you hit, so let's go back to this. So stat, enter, and we're going to put our table into L1 and L2. And that's all right here for you. You don't have to memorize that. So stat, enter. So we're going to put our x values in L1 and our y values in L2. So in L1, I'm going to put 0, hit enter, and then 2. And then our y values in L2 that match them. So 0 was the 0.04 and 2 was the 0.23. All right, so once they're in there, now you're going to let the calculator do the work. So we're going to hit stat one more time. But this time we're going to do some calculations. So we're going to go to calc. And we've been working with lines, right? Linear functions. Look at choice 4. Linear regression. It's ax plus b. It's the same as mx plus b, but for some reason they use an a. So we're going to choose choice 4. You can just hit 4 or arrow down and hit enter. Now this is just saying, okay, are your x's in list 1? Are your y's in list 2? Just go down and hit calculate. And now what you see here is this. And remember, the a is the same as your m. So it's like mx plus b. Why they didn't use m, I don't know. But so it tells you what the equation's going to look like. It tells you what your A is and your B is. Now, I know typically for slope, we write it as a fraction. So if you wanted to, you could just type in negative 0.5, math, enter, and change it to a fraction. But you might know that as negative 1/2. All right, so the calculator just gave us everything we needed. So our equation is y equals, you're following this equation exactly, but instead of writing ax plus b, we're going to plug in the numbers, negative 1/2 x plus 4. So rather than having to take these and do y minus y over x minus x, like we did here, find the slope, pick a point, plug it in, and solve, if you can remember your steps, which you can use these notes, so you have these steps right in front of you, it'll show you what to do. So here are some pictures I screen captured. So you just hit, this is the first part. So when you hit stat, enter, then we put our numbers into the list, and then we hit stat and went over to calc, and we choose choice 4, which is align linear regression. And then again, instead of ax plus b, we're used to mx plus b, but it's the same thing. So you just copy this, y equals, and you can leave it as negative 0.5x if you want. That's fine. All right, so let's do some practice with it. Notice I didn't leave a lot of space. If we were doing the method we did yesterday, we need a lot more space. But with this, we're just going to make our tables and go. So the first thing we're going to do, make your table and put your points in, 1, 7, 4, 22. All right, now we're ready for the calculator. So we're going to hit stat, enter. Now our lists have things in it, so you're going to hit up, clear, down. Because if you just try to hit clear, nothing happens. So you go up, so you're going to tell the calculator to clear the list. Don't hit delete because it'll get rid of the whole column and then you'll want to reset your calculator. So to clear, you hit up, clear, down. Okay, so we'll put our numbers in. 1 and 4 were our x values. Oops. And then my y values that match, 7 and 22. Now, the reason I have you make a little table is because what I've seen in the past is people put the first point in L1 and the second point in L2. You need to put your x's in L1 and your y's that match in Y2. Okay, then we're going to hit stat again. Go over to calc. Choose linear regression, choice 4. And then you can just hit enter if you want until you get there. And then copy this down. That's all the work you got to show. Y equals ax plus b. A equals 5, B equals 2. So now when I write it, remember this is your slope and your y-intercept. So any question that gives you 2 points and says, what's the slope or y-intercept, you could use this method. All right, so our answer, let's just plug it in, y equals 5x plus 2. And that's it. All right, so let's just practice with a couple more of these. So again, hit stat, enter, up, clear, down, up, clear, down. Get your table ready. Oops. I'm actually going to get all my tables ready right now. Negative 2, 13, 2, 3. This one, 4, 6, 10, 0. Over here, 0, negative 10, 16, 2. And we are ready to go. All right, so negative 2, enter 2, 13, 3. Go to stat, go over to calc, and choose choice 4, linear regression. Everything's in list 1 and 2. Yep, good to go. There it is. Y equals negative 2.5 x plus 8. That's enough work if you want to show me. But again, you just hit stat, You put your numbers in and then hit Stat again, go to Calc, and choose Choice 4. And this is totally acceptable on the Regents too. Now again, if you don't like that negative 2.5 as a decimal, just hit negative 2.5, Math, enter. So it'd be the same as y equals negative 5/2 x plus 8. Same exact equation. Okay, so 4, 6, and 10, 0. Let's go back to our table. Oh my goodness. All right, so stat, enter. And actually, you could probably put the numbers in over top of these. 6, enter. Oops, not 6. What am I doing? 4, enter. 10, enter. And then for these, 6, enter. 0, enter. Double check it. Is it the 0.46 and 10, 0? 4, 6, 10, 0? Yep. Stat, over to Calc, choice 4. Calculate. There it is. There's your slope, your y-intercept. So y equals negative 1x plus 10. Oh my goodness, stop. So y equals negative 1x plus 10. And your slope's negative 1, y-intercept's 10. All right, last one. So stat again, enter. I just like to do up, clear, down, but you can do what you want. All right, 0, 16 for my x's. For my y's, we have negative 10 and 2. Go to stat, go to calc, choice 4, hit enter a few times. There you go. Y equals 0.75x minus 10. There's your equation. And again, if you don't like the 0.75, let's change it. 0.75, math, enter. So it could be written as y equals 3/4 x minus 10. Which you maybe knew without the calculator, but there it is. All right, so there's your 3 options for writing equations of lines. Sometimes you can plot the points and find them that way. So this was method 1 from a couple lessons ago, where you have to find the slope of y-intercept graphically. You can do it algebraically, where you use your slope formula to find the slope, and then plug that in along with one of the points into y equals mx plus b and solve for b. Or take the 2 tables, follow these steps. I know it's confusing, but take the 2 points, make a little table, stat, enter, and put your numbers in. So it'll look like this. And then hit stat again, go over to calc, and choose choice 4. And your equation's right there. All right, quick and easy. Let that calculator help you. All right, there's no practice along with this right now, but we will be doing some practice with it later on. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask me. Have a great day.